All right, we're going to move on to in the news because I want to make sure we have time for Leah Hirschfeld. And I'm not sure which story I sent you first. Was it the
A
attack?
very disturbing story, Shannon. There are actually two very disturbing stories we had
Yes.
today. I
Yes.
was in a good mood until I saw these. This is
Yes.
out of Howell, Michigan. A teen with autism was severely beaten at Howell High School, and a bystander recorded it on their phone.
Yeah.
The video is now evidence in a criminal investigation, and you
Yeah.
can take a look at that on the Fox 2 Detroit website.
There's a
And
lot
it
of
is
sites that have the video. I do have to caution everybody, the video is very disturbing. It can be very triggering. It's so, I think it's every parent's fear, right? Um,
absolutely,
you
it's
know,
my fear. It's one of my greatest fears.
mine too, still, I gotta say, and it's just like, random people that for whatever reason, the video, something must have happened before the video starts, because when it starts you can see that there already something's going on. But you see these two thugs, and that's what I'm going to call them, thugs, teenagers, who attack this young man and kick and punch him and steal his shoes and run away with his shoes. And the worst is that you can hear him, as, yelling out in pain as the blows land. And, I appreciate that the school has said this is absolutely inappropriate. We can't condone this. We have the video. It's being used in a criminal investigation, and that no one has said whether these two teens will be charged as adults. And I don't, I don't really know which is more effective, charging them as adults, as teens. I don't really know. I feel so bad for this young man. I feel so bad for his family. I have to be honest that there is a part of me that I feel bad for the parents of these kids that did this, because I want to believe that they didn't raise their children to be this way, and that they must feel, this tall. But I think it's a wake up call for everybody. I think it's important that, there were news reports about this where people in the community said it's so shocking at this particular high school, because this particular high school has been actually good at doing trainings with their students about inclusion, and
Mhm.
that this is kind of particularly shocking that this happened here. And that the entire community is hurting. I hope, Nancy, that this turns into a learning moment,
Absolutely.
because it feels just horrible that at a high school that a kid could just get jumped and be treated this way. And look, I don't want to condone anything or excuse anything, but if you're stealing shoes, and if that was what your motive was, you can see that it was much more than that, because you can knock somebody down and steal their shoes, and you're still a thug, by the way, if you're doing that. But they did so much more than that. And there were even extra blows that they made sure that they got in, after they already had the shoes. So these perpetrators, these thugs, are going to be in a world of hurt. I hope, because they need to learn that this is not the way the world works. I'm with you, Vanessa. It's absolutely heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Nancy, did you have other thoughts about this, except
You
just
know, I,
wanting to?
I think it's all the more heartbreaking because, as you said, this Howell School had a reputation for inclusion and amazing programs, and the school is in shock and disbelief that this could have happened at their school, but it shows you it can happen anywhere.
And I gotta say, I always have trouble with, somebody was standing there videotaping, and I'm like, why didn't you do something? But the truth of the matter is that the reason why this is going to stop is because they stood there and videotaped it. And I know that, look, we just went through this with George Floyd and the people who videotaped, and the guilt that they feel. And yet the videotape is the thing that makes sure that, everybody believes that this happened, and they can't mamby-pamby it. It's such a hard line for me. So on the one hand, I so appreciate that they videotaped it, but man, I feel bad for that kiddo that nobody stepped in for him.
I know. Well,
Uh,
we'll stay on top of this story as it develops and what happens to the
yeah,
perpetrators. It'll be interesting to see what they are charged with and what their
yes.
punishment will be.
Thanks for watching Autism Live. If you found anything helpful in this video, please give us a like. In fact, make sure that you smash that subscribe button on YouTube and give us a like on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram for important updates. And please download our free podcast wherever you get your podcasts. See you next time. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.